Alright, so here's the first big catch of the year. I can't tell you the reservoir I'm on because, well, I don't want it to get fished out. But man, was this a fantastic crappie. This was my biggest for 2017. Probably my PB in Maryland. And I think, I mean, it's got to be at least top 5 in my entire life. You get a good look at it in a second. This was live minnows. Look at this crappie. Oh, man. Oh, man. Now this year I'm going to be fishing on the Potomac a little bit more, so hopefully I can beat it out there. But this was a nice crappie. I think she was right around 17 inches, a little bit more, 17 and a half, and a little bit under 3 pounds. Nice fish. But this actually came on the same day. This is one of my bigger bass for the year. It's a largemouth bass from the same reservoir. Again on live minnows when I was actually looking for crappie. Look at that. Man. When you see those, those 4+ pound largemouth come up to the surface. Yeah, normally I don't fish for largemouth with minnows. So this was just kind of bycatch, if you will. But yeah, this big girl right here. Actually, if you go back and look at the video, I should have a link to in the description perhaps, or in the end credits. I actually lost the bass even bigger than that same day. This yellow perch came again from the same reservoir, same day. Just unbelievable. And this one right here, you'll see her in a second. Nice yellow. Now, it wasn't the spawn, so she's not full of eggs. She's not engorged. But you talk about just a nice, solid yellow perch. Probably my biggest for the year. She was right around 15 inches, 14, 15 inches. Very nice. Oh yeah, the northerns. This is actually the first northern pike I ever caught right here. Gorgeous, gorgeous fish. She'll show herself broadside in a moment. There she is. But yeah, same thing here. Fishing minnows, looking for crappie. Find something else, man. But that's the fun part about minnow fishing, is that you never really know what's going to be on the line until you set the hook and get a look at it. But my God, northern pike are a handful. I mean, this fish was mad. And you talk about well fed. You'll get a look at her in a moment. Better than what you are right now. But this fish was thick. Boy, I tell you, she was thick. Gorgeous, gorgeous fish. Now, when you're holding a pike like this, or any kind of fish like that, you be very careful not to damage the gills. Came in just under 5 pounds. It's my first northern pike ever. And we'll get the send-off right about now. Beautiful. If I could swim with fish all the time, I probably wouldn't keep them. or catch them. But this is definitely my white perch of the year. Unfortunately, I missed the fight, but here she is. I mean, just a tank of a white perch. Look at that fish. And this was on the Severn River. But man, what a tank. Now, this fish came on a wacky rig Senko. Wind-blown points over rocks. Look at that. Yeah. Wind-blown points with rocks and gravel were dynamite this day. And man, look at that. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's not huge. I've caught bigger bass. I think my PB is right around 7 pounds, 7.5. But this girl came in right around 4. Nice, solid largemouth. And this day I caught so many bass. One of the best bass fishing days I ever had. This fish right here actually came directly after it. This big smallie right here came directly after that catch. I've lost bass, I guarantee you, without any doubt in my mind, are over 7 or 8 pounds in this reservoir. Oh, I can't wait to get back on it. Winter needs to end. Definitely needs to end. Yeah, that's just one thing I love about smallmouth. Yeah, they never say die. I mean, when it comes to lure fishing, smallmouth are definitely in my top 3 for the species. I just love the chase. I love going after big smallies. Especially in clear water on rivers, but this reservoir happens to have a serious population of them. Look at this girl. Definitely top 3 smallmouth for the year here in Maryland. And I think she came in right around 20, 21 inches and just under 4 pounds. Gorgeous, gorgeous fish. And this is also a wacky rig Cinco. There she goes. What a beautiful fish. Oh, man. Ah, yes, brown trout. Now, this was on Owens Creek, and you can watch that video in its entirety. Great little river. And this was my first time there, and my first time there hooking to this girl on ultralight. Oh, man. And I got her actually on a 1-inch gulp minnow. I think they're actually called gulp fry if you look for them, but it was the minnow version. They have other versions aside from the minnow. But man, she went after it like 3 times before she finally actually hit it. And when she hit it, oh, you can watch the video for yourself. I was awfully excited on this one. Awfully excited. My friend Jerry got the net job right there. And there she is. And I'm about 6'1", 6'2", so the fish is bigger than it looks. But yeah, get a nice underwater shot of her coming up. Like I said before, if I could swim with the fish, you know, clear water all the time, I don't know how much I would fish if I could just be in the water with them doing all the videography. Oh, I love that aspect. Yeah, this is actually up at the Susquehanna now, up near the Conowingo Dam. And I was throwing a whopper plopper 130, and this striper smashed it. I mean, she smashed it. It was one of the most violent strikes I've ever seen in my entire life. Just the sound, the impact. It's a shame I didn't have the camera rolling at that time. And man, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like to release striper from time to time, especially big breeders. But this fish would have been very good, you know, stuffed with some crab meat. But yeah, bring her in right about now. Look at that. Oh man, big striper on top water. Love it. Man, I love it. I'm a multi-species guy, but I do love fishing for some big striper. Gorgeous fish. Friend Jared again with the picture right about here. Yes. Love being pulled around a kayak by fish like that. Now this, I think, is probably my smallmouth of the year. Like, this has to be #1. This was on my Rapidan River and Rappahannock River camping trip that I go on annually. And this is actually in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Now, excellent, excellent piece of water. Check out my videos if you want to see more information on here. I caught countless smallmouth on this trip. Look at her. Gorgeous fish. When you go here, really concentrate on those current breaks, especially current breaks in conjunction with grass. Dynamite, dynamite areas to throw a wacky rig Cinco. And beautiful water besides. God, it's gorgeous out there. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, in this video that I actually drew this from, you have maps of the route on which you went camping, aerial photos with some drone footage. Definitely give it a check and check it out, because if you're a fisherman, you like to fish smallmouth, excellent, excellent, excellent trip to go on. The only downside here is that my phone was dead at this point during the camping trip. This was day 3, so I couldn't get a picture of her aside from the GoPro, but at least I had that. But this day I caught like 3 or 4 more smallmouth over 20 inches that I didn't even get on video. I mean, those rivers are phenomenal. Phenomenal smallmouth fisheries. And that's the Rappahannock and Rapidan rivers in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And there she goes. Now, this is a little bit unusual right here. You don't usually see these in best catches videos, but I have a soft spot in my heart for wildlife, no doubt about it. And this Peregrine Falcon, I'm pretty sure, she is like just shy of maturity. And I ended up finding her after I saw her on the edge there, had fallen in the water, and there was no way for her to get out. And normally I try to be hands-off with wildlife, but here on the Severn River, the boat traffic can get just insane. These boats fly through here, especially as the days progress. But this bird, she had a healthy distrust of humans. So I had to keep netting her as I tried to move her closer and closer to shore. But yeah, the Peregrine Falcon's nest underneath the bridges on the Severn River at times. And I'm pretty sure she was a hatchling that tried to fly, wasn't quite ready. and ended up in the drink. But in the end, what I did with this bird is I moved her to the very last set of pylons closest to shore. I didn't want to put her on shore because I was afraid dogs or foxes might get her. But I figured if she really wanted to get to shore, that's on her, and she could swim easily from there to there and not get taken out by a boat or something like that. But as I left her, she turns around and looks at me just dumbfounded, which I found a little bit humorous. Because you can see in her eyes she has no idea what the heck's going on, but it was a fun time, man. I'm glad it happened. Oh yes, my new addiction. My new addiction, snakehead fishing. I'm going to do a lot of that in 2018. God, they are fun, they taste great, and they're gorgeous fish besides. I usually keep them, again, because they taste great and because they're invasive, but a point that I always try to make is that some people really seem to hate snakehead. I mean, the bottom line is that these are just fish, you know? They're just animals trying to live. They don't know anything about being invasive. They're just trying to survive. So I don't harbor them any ill will, but they taste great, and my family loves to eat fish, so generally speaking, I keep them. But yes, my other addiction for 2017, and my friend Jared's particular addiction up here, is chasing big cats up at the Conowingo Dam on the Susquehanna. This flathead right here, which is probably my favorite catfish to catch, is a gorgeous, gorgeous fish. I honestly don't know, but I know it's well over a dozen, perhaps even more than 20, flathead catfish up here over. If I was going to say 30 inches, it's probably over 30 fish, but I say over about 34 inches, probably about 15 fish at least this year, over citation size as far as flatheads go for Maryland, up here at the Conowingo Dam. And seeing fish like this and hooking into them all day, that's a hard thing to leave, man. It's hard to explore your other options around the state and around the area when you know you can come up here and catch 10, 20, 30 plus pound fish on a fairly regular basis, multiple ones in a day. Now, you'll end up with some bloody knuckles or whatever from trying to lip grip these fish, but you know what? It's kind of like when your thumb gets tore up from bass fishing all day. It's just a kind of a badge of honor, something you wear with pride, take pictures, send to your friends that couldn't go fishing. But yeah. Oh, I love flathead fishing. I give some more tips and tricks in my full-length videos. I have several of them up here on the Conowingo. And as far as the rigs I'm using, the bait I'm using, all the information's in there. But look at this fish. She ended up being, I think, right just over 40 inches, or right at 40 inches. And I look forward to beating that this year. I'm pretty confident I will, now that my friend and I have pretty much got them on lock as far as how to target these fish. She got her last few bites in. I'll see you later this year, girl. It's funny, when you fish for catfish long enough, at least it's been my experience, eventually you can differentiate between a channel cat, a flathead, and a blue cat based on how they fight. At least once they reach a certain size. Like the blues, the head shakes and the rolling in the blues is kind of characteristic, as well as the runs. The big flatheads are more of a bulldogging fight. They hug the bottom and use their surface area to use the water resistance to fight you. But blues, another side note I guess, blues in my experience seem to be the best tasting catfish as well. After that probably channel cats, and after that the flatheads. The flatheads to me don't taste as good as the blues or the channels do. But yeah, she came in I think right around 32, 33 inches. Oh yes, but here I'm over on Kent Narrows, over near the Chester River, Kent Island. First time fishing live eels, and man, did it pay off. And did it pay off big time. Thank my friend John Jordan for this one, because I'm fishing with his eels. He bought the eels that day. And let's see here. I didn't think this fish was as big as it was at first. But she was a lot bigger than I thought she was when I got her up to the surface. Here she comes. There she is. Right about there is where it hit me that I had a much bigger fish than I thought. Look at those head shakes. Oh, man, I love big striper. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I know that on the Chesapeake, if you have the right, equipment, the right boat, you can go out there to warm water discharges and everything else and nail those 40 plus, 50 plus inchers. I haven't done that yet. I look forward to it. I plan on it, but this one right here, I think she was right around 33 inches. It's big in my book. I've only been targeting striped bass, especially in Maryland, for probably about 2 years, year and a half, 2 years. But it's another fish that I'm hooked on. And like I said, the bite was quality. It was a quality bite, but quantity just wasn't there. So having this one, boy, that put a smile on my face, man. And like I said, it was kind of a slow day, no two ways about it. But when we got the bites, boy, they were quality. Oh, another yellow perch for the year. This one actually came out of the Magathie River. And you can see I have to actually fight this fish on the side of an ice sheet. I was out here in mid-December chasing this fish. You can check out my my playlist for the Magathie River if you're interested in the river or a long-time fisherman there. She was trying hard to get down on that ice. I have to actually break it with the paddle. It came close to losing that fish, real close. It's just a gorgeous perch. Thicker than the one you saw earlier. I think a little bit shorter, but definitely thicker. There she is. Come on out of there. Look at that gorgeous perch. But yeah, I mean, as you can see in my videos, I'm a multi-species guy. Like, I love chasing just about any kind of fish. Except maybe shad. Someone wants me to go shad fishing. They really got to talk me into it, man. Oh, yeah. But hey, thanks for watching. That was 2017. A lot more catches. You can check out the rest of my videos. Those are just some of my favorites. But yeah, questions, comments, let me know. Want to go fishing sometime? Let me know. Thanks much for watching. Y'all have a good one.